Hello everyone, welcome to Get to the Geek. Today I'm going to be doing a little movie review. That movie's going to be Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. I just have a couple of little things that I want to discuss about that film, because as I was watching it again, I might have found a few things that might have not been so greatly explained, should I say. So let's start off. You've got McGonagall and Dumbledore that go to Privet Drive. See, if I was any muggle looking outside my window at that, I would see two OAPs out there dress up as wizards and witches and then lights flying towards them. I mean, if the Ministry of Magic want to get annoyed about anything, that's probably a good thing to get annoyed about. Not only that, then Hagrid comes in quite a loud motorbike, should I explain, that doesn't seem to awake anyone. Not one person. And that's the thing. I can't imagine it's majorly late in the evening. Maybe, 10 o'clock, maybe 11, let's say. And still, no one bats an eyelid. They just see these two old people out there, then a really, really big, hairy man. And they're like, that's absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. Got a baby in their arms? It's fine. Don't call the police. Don't call the psychiatric unit. It's normal. It's absolutely normal in Surrey. I mean, to be fair, it is Surrey. It might be rich people get away with a lot of weird stuff. So, yeah. Going on from that, McGonagall states to Dumbledore that should you trust Hagrid? And he says, yes, trust him with my life. But do you have any concept of Hagrid's life? Because you've sent a supposed wizard slash giant there that's not allowed to do magic because you broke his wand because he got accused for killing someone, to a place where the Dark Lord was just at to kill people. He could still be alive because you're not sure at this point, because you're sending Hagrid there to confirm that slash pick up Harry if that is the case. What if it wasn't? Hagrid would be dead. You'd lose one of your most loyal supporters all over, I don't know. Bearing in mind that Dumbledore is supposed to be the most strongest wizard that I'm aware of. So, why not go yourself? Just saying. Also, why do they leave him at Privet Drive? Surely Harry might have some more family like his grandparents. I mean, Lily and Petunia didn't seem too old. Maybe I'm wrong in that. Maybe the parents were reasonably old as they had them to. But again, that's all down to own theorying. Now, Hagrid said that he had to go through Bristol to get to Surrey. That I'm aware of, where Harry's parents lived with Harry, was more up towards Scotland. Might be wrong in that, but I'm pretty sure that's where it is, where they're up near Hogsmeade and Godric's Hollow. I'm sure that's all around near the school what's supposed to be up in Scotland. For you to get from Scotland down to Surrey, it's quite a direct route. You literally just go straight down the middle of the country, basically. Anyone who knows Britain knows that Bristol is like on the edge where Wales is. So you would have to go into Wales to come back down then to Surrey, what makes no logical sense from a geological point of view. I mean, why can they say they got held up in London? Because that's a very famous city in England. Anyone would read it and be like, oh yeah, that's where they are. Or are they trying to imply that Lily and James lived in Wales, not up north somewhere? If so, maybe state it. Now, 10 years later, when we see Dudley come down the stairs and he wants to wake up Harry because he wants to go to the zoo, he then kicks him back in to his cupboard under the stairs. Now, for someone who's in a bit of a rush to get somewhere, that doesn't seem quite correct to me. Why would you push someone back in a cupboard just to be able to go somewhere quicker. Something that I did find funny though was the fact that all of the cars that we see as they go out are all Vauxhalls. I mean, probably a paid promotion, but the one thing I have with this is that you've got a red one, then a green one, then a blue one, then the Dursleys is silver. I get they might be trying to say the Dursleys are just normal muggles or that they're plain people and they don't have a colour. Here's another idea. You've already got 3 out of the 4 colours. Try and find, I don't know, a gold one or a yellow one, something of that nature. Then you can have all 4 house colours. Then make the Dursleys ones red. Gryffindor. Done. See? Already setting you up for it. It's already got red to him. Or to be fair, if they had a gold one, I know Harry gets associated with gold quite a lot in the series and the books. More especially in the books. But still, it could have been quite a fun little Easter egg that someone might have noticed. Especially me, because apparently I go through things with a fine-tooth comb. No, before anyone asks, the snake is not Nagini. It's just a normal Burmese python. It's nothing to do with the series ever again. Would have been fun if it was Nagini, but it's not. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Also, where was all the staff or security when that python got let out? It's clearly stated that it's London Zoo. Don't think it is in the book, but it's clearly stated in the film it's London Zoo. You're telling me they haven't got staff or security around most of the hallways? Doesn't quite seem right if you ask me. But again, could be wrong. They might think to themselves, oh, here's the bit where all of the dangerous serpents are, or here's the bit with all the creatures and stuff like that. It's fine. Kids go along here all the time. What are they going to do? We've got glass panels in front of them. Who cares? Well, clearly that didn't work this time, did it? Also, why did Harry not just put his letter in his room as soon as he got it? He literally has to walk past his cupboard in the stairs to get to the kitchen to give the letters to Vernon. He's lived with the Dursleys now for at least 10 years. He should know that if he's got a letter, it's probably not going to go down well. Don't get me wrong, that may have never occurred, but on a hedge bet, I would probably say that he's probably going to rip it up. Actually, going on from that as well, he also isn't able to catch like one of the 100 letters that's coming through the chimney. Bear in mind that he's supposed to be one of the youngest Seekers in a century. You would think he'll be able to catch one of the letters a bit quicker. Actually, you'd think he'll be able to catch one of them letters in under a second half, 2 seconds. You know, his job is quite important when he actually does that. Why does Vernon nail up his postbox? He's literally just found out that Aunt Marge is ill, but yet he still decides to do it to make sure no one gets their letters, including ones for him. Why? Just why? Here's a little fun fact for you as well. The motto for Hogwarts is never tickle a sleeping dragon. God knows why they called it that, but little fun fact. So when they go away to get rid of these letters issue, they go to, what is it, a castle or a house in the middle of the sea? Why? Why? Go to a hotel, go to a Hilton, go to a Premier Inn, go to a travel lodge. It doesn't matter. As long as it's somewhere that you don't have a letterbox, surely it doesn't matter. I mean, they clearly see that as the owls giving it. They do realise that owls fly. At least in a hotel, they can get away with it by saying, any letters for me, just chuck them away. Because it's not for me, it's for this little cunt, alright? Something I also found funny that doesn't make sense because it happens twice is Hagrid can't spell happy birthday. I think he puts an E at the end of both of them. Then he also can't spell Voldemort later on. Again, Voldemort is literally spelled how it sounds. Actually reasonably easy to spell. Most people can do it. I'm dyslexic and I can even do it.
Maybe she wrote it down.
No, I can't spell it.
But that I'm aware of, Hagrid still did 4 or 5 years at Hogwarts. So he's clearly some sort of intelligent, as that I'm aware you have to pass a test to then get on to the next one. But saying that, so did Crabbe and Goyle, and them two are very much made out to be idiots. So, never know, maybe. But you'd think, though, they still need to use the same dictionary as anyone else in Britain. It's literally the same. He's been taught how to write, or otherwise he wouldn't be getting through a lot of his classes. But apparently, he still can't spell. But, hey, I'm not one to judge. Again, I've got dyslexia. Maybe he's illiterate. You never know. And he made his best guess. Also, I say now, why didn't he just ask Dumbledore or any other professor to help him spell it? Especially Dumbledore, because obviously we find out that Dumbledore has got quite an affliction with Harry.
You've kept him alive so that he can die at the proper moment.
So, McGonagall, she was also trying to help Harry. She knows who he is. Ask anyone to help you spell it. But, again, I digress. Here's a little side note. The Leaky Cauldron isn't a pub anymore. Don't know if it ever was one, but it definitely isn't anymore. I think it's an estate agent's. So, whenever you go there, you'll probably recognise the shape of the building, but it's not actually what you think it is anymore. This is also funny because it says a lot about today's life, if anything else. Everyone's saying how fast the Nimbus 2000 is. Until next year when the Nimbus 2001 comes out. Or for us, the iPhone 16.
Wow, look at it! The new Nimbus 2000! It's the fastest model yet.
And that's not all that's new this year.
Those are Nimbus 2001s. How did you get those?
A gift from Draco's father.
You see, Weasley, unlike some, my father can afford the best.
Another funny little fact as well. Vault 713, where the Philosopher's Stone is kept, is also just Harry's birthday backwards. It's the 31st. It's the 31st of July. So, yeah, it is literally the vault backwards. Another thing to maybe saying that he might be the Philosopher's Stone as well. Who knows? Also, did anyone ever realise that Ollivanders is older than Jesus? Anyone? Was it established in 382 BC? Jesus was a wizard. Does everyone break everything in Ollivanders whenever they come and get a new wand? Because there will still be at least, what, 40 first years going into Ollivanders getting their first wand? Minus Ron. But still, let's say 39 students then. Are all of them destroying it? Because honestly, Ollivander must know Reparo like nothing else. Because that is ridiculous. Just make a little room just to go in. You know, anything. Anything that might help you not get your shop destroyed. But, hey, just a suggestion. When Harry gets to the platform at King's Cross, he obviously asks the steward if he knows where platform 9 3/4 is. Pies him off saying, you're an idiot. I get that. But I wouldn't feel like that if I then heard someone say 2 seconds after I start walking away, this is how you get there. For me, I would be like, can you show me where this secret platform is? Because I'm supposed to work here and I don't even know this. Something that I did find quite cute, though, was Ginny was the first child Weasley to talk to Harry. I think the mum talked just before, but Ginny was definitely the first child to talk to Harry. To then go on to be his wife is just nice. It's just nice.
Good luck.
So something that always confused me was when Ron said about Dumbledore not being able to be available because he's in the hologram for the chocolate frogs.
I've got Dumbledore. I got about 6 of him. Hey, he's gone. Well, you can't expect him to run around all day.
I know in the books it says about Dumbledore using his pictures to talk to people, but I don't know if that applies to the chocolate frogs, because in all honesty, a lot of the ones that he would see is probably just darkness. Can I just say as well, Hermione is definitely a bit of a bitch in this first bit. She's just like, oh, are you doing magic, are you? Yes, I am. You're also a first year. What are you saying? And also, she gets a spell wrong. She says Oculus Reparo. Don't need Oculus. She's just trying to sound smarter than she is. For what reason? You're not that good, are you, Hermione? It's probably because she's dirty my blood. Neville's toad. Neville. How did you lose a toad on the train and yet somehow then find it at Hogwarts? So that means someone would have to find it on the train, take it with them, let it go after the boat ride where it would probably want to try and get out, and then it would hop its way up to McGonagall before you got there. I mean, we are dealing with magic after all. So as they walk into the Great Hall, Hermione starts saying Hogwarts in history. She definitely stumbles on this line. If you look at her, she's like, Hogwarts in history?
It's not real, the ceiling. It's just bewitched to look like the night sky. I read about it in Hogwarts, a history.
Obviously without the Cockney accent, because she is very well spoken. I'm very much not. All I'm saying is that you could have done a couple more takes, maybe get out a little bit more fluidly. She seems to be a reasonably competent actress at that point. So, you know, maybe just make it a little bit smoother. Now, Dumbledore, you cheeky man. You're warning kids to not go to places where a big three-headed dog is, but you're not enchanting the room to stay shut. No, tell a lie. Not enchanting the first one, but you're enchanting the second one that can be done with a spell that people can learn before they even get to the school.
Hello, Get in.
I mean, you're the greatest wizard of all time. You'd think you'd be able to come up with a better spell to do this. I know it goes in with the rest of the plot of the film. I'm just saying, though, from an outsider's point of view, you'd think to yourself, so you're a headmaster and you don't mind us going near our certain death if we go into a room accidentally? Just saying. Now here's for a couple of little bits that I also thought was very well done. Like when Harry's scar starts hurting when he first gets into the Great Hall, Quirrell's head is actually turned round, hence why Snape's like, oh, maybe it is Quirrell.
Harry, what is it?
Where shall I
Nothing. Nothing, I'm fine.
That is just a little detail that I found really funny. Same thing later with the Quidditch, but we'll get on to that. Also, Wood shakes Harry's hand, not knowing that he's probably going to be his captain in about a month's time. Again, just another little fun thing that I thought was interesting that I never really noticed until watching it again recently. Now I'm going to end this part as it's already probably getting past the 10-minute mark and we've still got a lot of film to go. So I'm going to split this into a couple of parts and I'm going to try and go through in even more detail in the next bit, as I'm sure there's loads more issues with the film as we go on. Anyway, thank you for watching. Goodbye.